With so many options for private schools in our area, it can be hard to make a decision as to what the best home for you and your family is going to be. And today we want to help with that by introducing you to Hilton Head Prep, located here on the south end of Hilton Head Island in Sea Pines Plantation. One of the most incredibly special things about Hilton Head Prep is its location, right in between the beaches of Hilton Head Island and the Forest Preserve in Sea Pines. Founded in 1965, Hilton Head Prep was the very first school on Hilton Head Island, and today it's ranked as the #1 school in Beaufort County, top 2.5% in the country, and that's rated by niche.com. Hey, so I'm really excited to introduce you to Paul Horgan, who is the head of school here at Hilton Head Prep. He is here to tell us a little bit about what life is like at Hilton Head Prep and just all the inside track on this school and why people typically choose to come here. So that's exactly the question that I want to ask you is, a lot of parents have a lot of choices for private schools in the area, right? Why do you think parents often land on this as a decision? Why do they choose Hilton Head Prep over others?
Great. So I started my introduction to prep a year ago as one of those people who was trying to assess where I wanted to spend my time. And what I found is prep is an amazing place to grow up. We have pre-K all the way through 12th grade here, and it's a school that is nurturing those kids from the time they get here. It's a place that is challenging them. It's a place where kids are known and valued. It is a strong community that really I think people feel from the time they get here.
Sure.
You have a lot of choices in independent schools around the country. Kids that come to prep are challenged in ways that test their comfort zones. Kids that come to prep are encouraged to try different things. They're encouraged to be smart. It's cool to be smart at prep. They're also allowed to try different things without it sort of being, some broken stereotype. Like the athletes are involved in the arts, and we've got our own theater up on the north end of the island where kids have incredible performances, and kids can be involved in multiple sports at times and take AP classes. That we have an AP capstone program in the upper school. Our little lower school is just a magical place to be with teachers that care, and it's a place where the kids are genuinely known, valued, and challenged. And it's sort of living up to what I found when I got here a year ago, looking at the place. And
Sure. So tell me a little bit about the makeup. Like, what's the enrollment like here right now?
We are in pre-K through 12, 432 students as of right now. Upper school is a little over 200, and lower and middle will make up about half.
Yep. I know one of the questions like a lot of parents like to ask when they're evaluating schools is the parent-teacher ratio. What's that typically like here at Prep?
Our classes tend to be around 15 students in the upper school, all the way down to say 12 in pre-K.
Okay.
So it is a place where the students get a lot of contact with teachers. We have classes that are as small as a handful of kids. They don't go up to 20. We would split classes. So that's really sort of an important part of the pedagogy for the school, to make sure that we have small classes where the kids can be well known.
Okay. So you talked about extracurriculars and how kids immerse themselves in a lot of different things. Athletes can be in theater can be an athlete as well, right? So tell me a little bit about the extracurriculars. What kind of sports, what kind of other things do they have available to them here?
Sure. So for a school our size, we've got an awesome athletic program. There were 21 NCAA athletes in last year's graduating class, and it was a class of 70. So ratio-wise, that's incredible. We offer sports that allow us to have a great deal of school spirit, team sports like football and baseball and basketball and things that are pretty traditional things. We also got the best darn golf and tennis, I think, in the state of South Carolina. Imagine that here in Hilton Head.
Yeah.
But the kids work really hard and they thrive and they get great coaching. Boys and girls are kids that can play multiple sports. We encourage kids to be multi-sport athletes here. School our size, if we had a whole bunch of specialists, it'd be hard to field teams. We do have those kids. We have some kids that are national class sailors that sail out of the South Carolina Yacht Club. We have a small group of kids that participate in the state swim competitions. So there's really something for everybody. Our cross-country team has been dynamite this year, heading into the state tournament themselves. So
yeah,
You know, we're really proud of athletics here. It's something I didn't necessarily expect when I first came to prep. School this size, to see the pride and quality of the athletic program, but they're good.
So one other question that I have for you is the location of Hilton Head Prep right here in Sea Pines on the south end of the island is really unique.
Yeah.
What does that mean to a family or to students that attend here?
So we are in a pretty idyllic location, right? You know, but you have to come down here, right? If you're on the island, you come to the south end, come into Sea Pines, come on to campus. As I mentioned about the lower school earlier, it can be sort of a magical place, nestled in between the Atlantic Ocean and the Sea Pines Forest Preserve. We utilize both and across the different grade levels. You know, we have little kids walk down to the beach sometime with their lower school teachers. We use the Forest Preserve, had an awesome bonfire with all of the kids the week of homecoming, and they have some different opportunities with science out in there. It's a safe environment, which is something that we don't take for granted. We have a lot of safety measures in place here, full-time security. We've got, that's something I take incredibly seriously. So it's a place where I think coming to school every day allows them to focus on what they're here for and not have to sort of worry about the outside distractions.
Yeah. I mean, we're outside right now and it's October and spectacular, great spot to shoot a video and ask you some questions. I really appreciate you taking some time to sit with me today and help people make a good decision for them and their families.
Well, I appreciate it, and as someone who's been in independent schools for 28 years, what I want is the absolute best for every kid that comes to our school. I think we can provide that. We have awesome teachers, great coaches, kids that come here and have a collective sense of ambition and treat each other pretty darn well. The kids here, that was something that struck me last year when I first visited. Kids at Prep care about the other kids at Prep, and there's a nice culture at the school, and we're hoping to build on that and continue to grow.
That's great. That's great. Okay, Paul, before we wrap up, if a family's trying to evaluate Hilton Head Prep, where do they get started? Who do they reach out to?
Well, you can find a lot of good information on our website at hhprep.org. And our campus is open every day. People that are in the area can come and visit. Maybe people that are from outside the area down here on vacation can make an appointment through our admissions office. And we can make appointments every day. People come by, we show the campus. We have opportunities for kids to come and see classes. And it's, we're trying to help find the right fit for families. So that's lots of different ways to connect.
Okay, great. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Okay.